Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Season 2, Episode 3, The Last of Us. Last we saw, we got through the valley, and it shocked the crap out of me at the end of the episode when they actually did in Joel. I thought there was going to be something. It was one of those things where I wasn't even showing a whole lot of emotion or thinking too much about it, because I'm like, they're probably going to beat the tar out of him, but they're clearly not going to kill him, right? Obviously, we're on Episode 2 of Season 2. Then I talked to some people, and they were like, I guess you didn't watch the walkthrough for game number 2. Because when I watched Season 1, way back when, whenever the hell this came out, Season 1, I did watch the walkthrough first of the game, and I kind of did it intentionally to see the differences and similarities from the game to the show. I never did that with Season 2, or Game 2, number 2 of the game. Never did it, so I didn't know what was happening. Talked to some people, they're like, well, don't bother now because you already pretty much saw, and they made it pretty clear to me that that was the highly controversial thing. The highly controversial thing from the game, the sequel, was that Joel gets beaten to death in the beginning of the game. I'm assuming early on because it happened pretty early on in this. The only difference people told me was that Tommy was with him. I think this, I could be wrong about this, but I think people told me Tommy was with him and Tommy took a bit of a beating, but he didn't die. And then Tommy had to tell Ellie as opposed to Ellie walking in on it and possibly saving him. I understand that shit was bad. Shit was bad, and I'm not trying to blame Ellie or anything like that. Obviously, it wasn't her fault this all happened. We were told in the beginning of the episode, Tommy was like, yeah, we got info that came back that there are infected underground, possibly thousands of infected underground buried on top of each other. At any minute, they could rise up, attack us, and they did. The whole town gets taken. I mean, we're seeing a shot right here. This is the first shot of episode 3. I don't know exactly when this is or where this is, but I'm assuming this is right after the aftermath of being run down by thousands of infected. We saw there were easily 1,000. I saw them running down from every angle of the mountaintops. Like, there was like a swarm coming this way and then another swarm, and then like every which way you looked were hundreds upon hundreds of infected. So 1,000 might even be like, you know, on the light side of what was actually being handled by the town. And I gotta say, the town did a bang up job, no pun intended. They were doing phenomenal. They were actually holding it together until the boomer came in. What do we call it? Oh, it has a name. I keep calling them boomers, but it's something else. Tommy extinguishes the entire fire extinguisher on this thing, barely takes it down. He goes back. Maria's all right. I mean, all the key players besides Joel seem to be all right. We had Jesse and Dina was all right. Ellie and them were walking back with the body, dragging Joel's body. Because part of me still was thinking like, all right, he got a freaking half a golf club jammed through at the back of his head or his neck. But like, maybe they have magical powers that could bring him back. I don't know. I was just trying to think of like, how could this be not what I'm seeing right now? But then they wrapped him up and dragged him back, and it was covered in blood. Like, it was a sheet covered in blood, and they literally dragged him back. So he's clearly dead. Like I said, most of you probably already know this, if not all of you. It was just handled a little differently from what I understand. The golf club, I was told, was like a big part of it, but they just did things differently. I never looked, so I don't know. All I know is I'm trusting what people said. Besides that, Abby and all them just like leave Ellie. That's another weird thing to me. If you were a group of people that spent the last 5 years of your life seeking revenge on a guy that killed like 18 people, I think they said was the number, including her father, who was the doctor, which I feel like Joel at the very least should have been like, your dad was an asshole and I told him to back off, and he came at me when he was about to also murder a child. So like, I understand why he was doing it, but like, your dad wasn't that great of a dude, and I gave him a fair warning. I didn't just like shoot him like without telling him. So like, I think some of these things should have been spoken. They weren't. Joel just kind of sat there and took it and was like, whatever, you're going to do what you're going to do. I get that too. He's thinking like, I ain't going to bother wasting my breath because you're going to kill me either way. But you just tracked down a man for 5 years that killed your father. Revenge. You then leave a girl who is literally saying to you, I am going to find and kill every single one of you. And you all just are like, yep, that was our job, to kill Joel. Like, don't worry about her. Just leave her. We're off. you just did what you're assuming this girl is not going to do, or do you just not care? Like, the one dude was like, no, we got to kill this girl. Abby's like, nope, that wasn't the deal. I just wanted to kill Joel, and we did so, and now we're off on our merry way. That to me is insane when you yourself just went to the extremes you did for 5 years to take out the murderer of your father. For all you know, this is like Ellie's father. So now you just murdered him in cold blood in front of her, way worse than he did your father. He gave your father a chance. Your father ran at him and was going to murder a child. So, like, now it's, in my mind, even worse circumstances. And you're just like, yep, let's take off. Like, I would be royally upset and pissed off if Ellie did not go after all of you and kill every single one of you, because it's just, like, it doesn't even make sense how we handled it. I'm jumping in because I'm ranting too much. If you're loving these, every episode of Last of Us is on Patreon in full unedited season 1 and 2. You want your own requested short movie, go to the link. In there is the description where you can ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level, and I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Cobra Kai, and Eureka. Final seasons are over. The entire series are done. Severance and Yellow Jackets new seasons have just ended. We're also doing Pushing Daisies, Good Omens, Once Upon a Time season 4. We started Leverage, Warehouse 13, Sherlock. This every Sunday. Check it out. Full unedited everything. Thousands of other movies and shows. If not, season 2, episode 3, The Last of Us. The battle with the town was insane. I feel like I would have had a lot more to say about the town if the end didn't happen. The fact that we were actually able to hold it down. I'm also thinking this episode's going to be a little on the light side because of the fact that so much happened last episode. Like, the budget on that last episode had to be crazy. He's in that position, or he dead, because he saved Abby's life.
You're in the hospital.
She's definitely got labored breathing. I bet you she's got broken ribs.
Ellie!
Oh, she's streaming. Jesus Christmas. My God in heaven. 3 months later.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, it's Catherine O'Hara, psychiatrist.
He meant a lot to me. So, yeah, upset and sad.
In my last moment with Joel, he said he wronged you.
That was a private, confidential conversation.
He said that he did.
He said, I saved her.
I don't think this is ethical.
No idea what he meant.
Why would you bring that up?
I don't
That to me is like so
feel wrong.
unethical. The guy dies and you tell his
I guess
basically
I'll
his
have
daughter.
to let myself off the hook for that.
Like somebody tells you something in confidence, and then the guy dies, and you tell his daughter she doesn't have to stay in the garage anymore. She could do whatever she wants here. I would hope that Joel would have left something, almost like a will and testament kind of thing, but not exactly, to explain anything needing to be explained. Like, every day you might die in this world. I already said I expect this episode to have very little action. 1, because of everything that happened, and 2, because budget. You can't have nonstop action every episode.
Ellie?
Is that Dina?
I went to the hospital. I know most of their names. And I know where they're from. The doctors told me not to upset you.
I don't give a fuck.
And I knew that if I told you where they were, you'd just start pulling your tubes out and crawling on your hands and knees.
I don't give a fuck. You cost us time.
Let him get there.
Maybe let them get there.
True. They know someone's coming for them. That's what I was saying in the beginning. You know that someone's coming for you. I'm a little surprised that Tommy's not mad at Dina for keeping the information.
Listen, she's going to want a council meeting, open it up to the town. Everyone who wants to get heard gets heard.
You hold out information on me
There
again,
you go.
get rendering detail for a month.
I knew it. The first thing I thought is Tommy's going to be like, for 3 months you had all this info and you didn't
Ellie.
tell?
If you want to visit him.
When we're on our way to Seattle.
Hello. They're all double cut. It's like a mark. I feel like that is a bad method of
Well?
communication.
No one falling, all clear.
Am I crazy?
Why can't you tell me where we're
I
going?
think whistling like that is a bad
we
form
don't
of
know yet.
communication. Anybody in the vicinity is going to hear
told
you.
you.
Why can't she just keep us safe?
The prophet?
Ezra said the prophet is eternal.
Well, she is in a way. And that's how we keep her spirit alive. Follow her words.
It's a hell of a
Can I
hammer.
have a hammer?
That other hammer's pretty
Tell me.
brutal looking.
You feel safer? Understand what we're giving you now. Keep you far, far safer than a hammer.
This whole thing to me is ridiculous. If anybody is at some point...
Take cover!
This isn't like you're making bird noises. You're making ridiculously loud noises. And they cut their faces up like they're in a cult. They're acting
Just the
crazy
right side.
like religious
Come on, man, that
fanatics.
side hurts more.
Can't discuss upcoming votes.
Seriously, it's me.
The council won't make up their mind until we hear people speak. So, here's a little advice. Organize your thoughts and then read them out loud tomorrow.
Okay, yeah, because I'm stupid.
And no one's gonna vote for angry.
Yeah, you don't want to be overly emotional. You got to think about
I
it.
said that Joel meant so much to so many of us. But he wasn't the only one. A wall that's barely mended. And none of you up there can promise us that all 16 will come back.
I get it. It's not a wrong of her to say that.
Next is Carlisle.
Forgive and be forgiven. No grudges. No revenge. Those sons of bitches don't deserve our mercy.
She's like, you're my best friend now.
To hell with you for saying it, Carlisle.
Oh my God.
Down.
No.
You're not on the list.
No! Boo-hoo! It's not fair. What, we gotta
Ellie's
forgive
like,
everybody
yeah.
when they show up and piss in our eye? Somebody shoots your brother, you wanna take the locks off your doors? Grow up! Goddamn victims.
Ellie.
Ellie's like, he kind of said everything I wanted to say, but I'm going to be a little more chill about it.
I'm asking us to risk more people and resources and at the worst possible time.
It's not because I want revenge. It's not. It's not about revenge. A whole world of people who won't lift a finger if something bad happens to me or you. And I want to know that I can count on you. You can count on me. That's what holds all this together. I'll accept whatever the council decides. Not for me. Not even for Joel.
For all of
I am
us.
asking you. Do it for us.
Thank you.
I mean, it's a good speech. I think the other girl was right on her end. I'm thinking they might agree to it, but send less people, maybe. It's going to be split. I think we're going to win by 1. Yes? No?
No,
Uh-oh. 5-3 against.
no.
Oh, 6-3. We lost.
The proposal is rejected.
And it wasn't even close. 8-3. My guess is Jesse, Tommy, and Maria. I mean, the vote makes sense.
Justifications and such.
I want them to go after them, but the
All he
right
was
thing
really
to
doing
do...
was lashing out.
Take it from a psychotherapist of 40 years. Some people just can't be saved.
I love her character, because she's helpful and does what she's got to do, but she ain't hiding nothing. She is like, I am drunk. My husband was taken out. I got to listen to everybody's goddamn problems. Dina's got it all figured out.
Stay off the highways. Stay clear of cities or settlements. Questions.
Yeah, one. How the fuck are we gonna get all of this?
Jesse.
No, don't tell me you told Jesse. Please.
Jesse.
Captain Wyoming.
Is it the-
ammo. Everything else needs to fit inside
Old
a
dude?
holster or your back.
It'd be hilarious if the guy helping us is the guy that
Hey,
called them a name. And it would be like poetic that the dude who mouthed off to us is that him? I think it's him. Talk about coming through. He definitely made good on it.
Trade.
At this point, you gotta kind of, forgive the guy a little. Clearly trying to make it right. Shake that man's hand. Come on, let's squash this. That's pretty honorable. I like it. I like when people realize their mistakes and make good on it. He said we buried him 10 miles outside of town. Look at all the stones they made. Like, engraved and everything. Oh, it is wood. I was gonna say, where did they get all this stone? Still very nice, but in my head I'm thinking, damn. If someone just came riding up on this, like out in the middle of nowhere, it's just like a burial site with like 100 people. And there, oh, is that one of the guys? There we go. We're gonna see the markings on his face. What's that all about? Like,
He's running away.
shot in the back. Oh, bodies, more bodies. Oh, it's just a lot of dead bodies. Oh, God, they massacred everybody. Is the little girl there, too? We're probably going to see the little girl. There she is. They murdered everybody. When he said, how do you feel now you got the hammer? I thought that might come into play at some point. Not, like, that fast. What if Dean is pregnant? She said, I went back to Jesse. I don't think it was Abby and her people. Think about that. Why would they murder families and children when they let you go on a secret mission when the council already voted against it and you just saw an entire community slaughtered with massive firepower? Too quiet.
Curtis or Viper?
both in all 4 movies.
9 more miles.
9 more.
Fucking Seattle.
It's pretty cool.
Pretty.
Look at the Seattle back there at the tower. I mean, like, not for nothing, like I said, it's a great shot. Someone's probably seen us. Look at this. Did he see it? Look, right there, binoculars and all.
We're moving up to the fob. All clear between checkpoint 3 and 5.
Damn, they got tanks. Crazy amounts of firepower. They got a lot of people. Highly armored. Hundreds of people. All right, everybody, that is it for episode 3 of season 2, The Last of Us. So at the end there, we see Wolf is highly numbered. Like, they have a tremendous amount of firepower and people. They have tanks, they have Hummers, and they weren't even, like, banged up. They looked like shiny, brand new military equipment. They're all fully armored from head to toe. They have helmets. I give all the credit to the townspeople. The town people, Tommy and Maria and all that, they held it together pretty damn well, considering they were like regular people. Lots of firepower, don't get me wrong. They had a plan. They had the gas barrels and all that, and they had the guns and the firepower. These people, though, are like that to the extreme. They're more military based. I thought there was going to be a lot less of them. It still surprises me that Abby in the last episode made it a point to say, yeah, we ended up going to Seattle and we were there for a little while and then we backtracked to Jackson. Then Abby and them would have had to been there already. Like, we're already seeing that Dina and Ellie have already pretty much gotten to Seattle. Like, we're overlooking Seattle. We're there. Like we did this quick. And Abby and them had a 3-month jump on them. I'm surprised the guy that was on lookout, you could see he wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention. It was that the same guy? That looked like the guy that was with Abby. I don't know 100%, but I'm pretty sure that was the dude that kicked Ellie in the stomach, is it not? I'm pretty sure that's what they were trying to show there. He had like a scar on his head. That's probably where he got whacked in the head and everything. He was also sliced up. Regardless if it's him or not, I'm pretty sure it's him. But he wasn't keeping very close eye on things. They're like, yo, we're about to move from A to B. Like, is there anything we should worry about? And he looks out there and he sees nothing. We just had Ellie and Dina on horseback go to the edge of a bridge, fully suited up, and it is 3 months later. It isn't like, yo, like a week ago we just murdered this guy, and we're probably having people come after us. And you already saw the town even ruled against it. The town had the meeting. I thought it would be a much closer vote, but it was not. It was 8-3 against going, and I totally get it. The girl that did the speech before the guy was like, listen, I understand. We all love Joel. Joel is great. It's going back to what I said about Abby and them. In episode 1, Abby is like, everyone's dead. We got to go after this guy. I get it. You want to get revenge for your father. You want to get revenge for your people. But this is an end of the world scenario. Do you really want to, one, waste your time tracking down a guy that you might never find? Obviously, they found him and they did kill him. But it took them 5 years. And they risked a lot to do so. And now by doing so, all they did was put a target on their backs because now Ellie is in the same position as Abby, where she's like, now I'm going to do everything in my power to hunt you down and kill you. The whole thing to me is just ridiculous. If you're going to waste 5 years in a post-apocalyptic type world to hunt down the guy that you believe killed your father, I think he deserved to die. I mean, maybe he didn't deserve to die, but we gave him every chance. We're like, do not come at us. Let that girl go. We're going to kill you. And he ran right at us like, you're not going to shoot me. I'm a doctor. And then you get shot. So, like, that was stupid in itself. But even if he was right, you're wasting the rest of your life getting revenge for something you don't even really fully understand. And now you leave a person alive that is going to be the next Abby. Now Ellie is the next Abby. You killed her father, so to speak, and now she's going to hunt you down. And it's only 3 months. So like I said, we should be keeping eyes on everything. You could see that one dude wasn't keeping too close an eye, but like, what does it matter? Like, he didn't see us, but we have like 100 heavily armed people. Like, what does Ellie think she's gonna do? They think they're just gonna walk up into the wolf territory, find Abby. It's almost as crazy as Abby. Abby's people were like, Abby, we're gonna walk into this town, find Joel, kill him, and then leave, and you don't think there's gonna be a problem? We got lucky and Joel kind of fell in our lap, and then the town was overran by infected at the exact moment of attack by Abby and her people. It was like the perfect storm, and they got insanely lucky. Now we are in a worse situation. They had a whole team. They were ready and prepared. Now we have just Dina and Ellie. Granted, they're pretty good at what they do, but they're both very young and inexperienced. And we've seen them do silly, stupid things in episode 1 where they took way too many chances. There's 2 of them. With limited supplies and limited ammunition, we're going to go against 100 heavily armed wolves with tanks. I would normally say, well, when they see that, they're going to turn around, right? Well, probably not, because they just saw an entire community of slaughtered people in the woods, and they just kept going. They're like, oh, that's not good. Dina even vomited. Dina's like, I never do that, which is making me think, is it possible she's pregnant? Because they made it a point for her to acknowledge the fact that while Ellie was sick, she did go back to Jesse. And it is very possible Jesse knocked her up, because she's like, I never get sick like that. And I even said myself, why would she throw up? It has to be something extreme for her to be able to throw up, because she's seen some shit. And she even acknowledges that and says, I never do that. It's making me think that Dina is possibly pregnant because she has morning sickness or something like that. But just the fact that we saw all those bodies and we just went on. Like, I'm surprised in the sense that I thought they were introducing a new element into the show, and we see they all got marked up faces and they're like banding together and they're doing the whistles. I even said, I mean, it makes perfect sense to me that they would get caught. Your way of communication is to whistle the loudest whistles I ever heard in my life from front to back. Like I said, at a point, I understand there's a guy at the very front and a guy at the very back, and they're the ones whistling and communicating to warn you. But what the hell good is a warning if you're whistling that loud? If somebody's ahead of the farthest guy, they're going to hear you and take you all out. And you could clearly see that's what happened. That was the worst way to communicate. Like, I would even go so far as to say, like, bird calls. Like, you see people go like, caw, 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 and like they have fake animal noises so that you don't get taken out by communicating through loud whistles. That's like me going like, yo, Tom, everything's in the clear back here. How's it going over there? Like, I granted they're whistling, but like you're whistling so goddamn loud. Anybody within like a mile is going to hear it, track you down, and either imprison you or capture you or murder your entire group of people. And that's what happened. At the end there, we see it was obviously them that did it. I guess, I don't know why they would have took it upon themselves to just murder all the people, unless the people were fighting back. But clearly, whoever did it was savage. Maybe we're being misled to believe it was them, but we saw a lot of ammunition, a lot of different caliber weaponry. I have to assume it was them, which means they don't take any chances. They just murdered everybody, including children. I'm going to go edit this up because I'm talking too much. You want to see more of what I do? In the description is the link for Patreon, where you'll see every episode of The Last of Us in full unedited. You want your own requested short movie? Go to the link in the description. Ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level, and I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Cobra Kai, and Eureka's final seasons just ended. Yellow Jackets and Severance new seasons are over. Doing Once Upon a Time, Sherlock, Schitt's Creek, Leverage, Warehouse 13, Pushing Daisies, Good Omens, thousands of other movies and shows full unedited. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.